Sometimes I compare myself a lot. My art, how my art does in social media. And I see all those things in others that make me say, if my art had a little bit of what they do, will it be different? But it wouldn't feel like myself. And suddenly, I find myself spiraling in this trap. Maybe my art won't ever be good enough. And I get scared. Hello, Ryan here. Today I wanted to talk about this topic that really hits hard with me, and I think for many artists who are just starting or having going at the social media thing for a long time. It's comparison and how social media affect us with the algorithm, the feelings of being behind, not good enough with our art, even when we see the progress ourselves. And overall, making that be the reason that we many times lose our joy when we create things. It's a difficult thing to face, even with all my years around on the internet. I struggle with this feeling a lot. Sorry. I struggle with this feeling a lot for certain periods of time. I wanted to talk about it. So in this video, I'm not going to say though that comparison can be helpful, and instead you should feel inspired, or that you shouldn't compare because yada yada yada, or give you tips on how not to, and so on. Because I think that when you are in this low mindset of comparing yourself to others, you're in the moment too overwhelmed to even think of anything else. And the thing that I feel hurts more after realizing that is how hard it feels to change it, ending up in making us feel even more sad. So if you are fighting these feelings now, I want to tell you that it's okay. I know it doesn't feel okay because we are taught that we don't have to compare so much because it's a bad feeling, because it leads to jealousy and being envious. And yeah, all that is, it's a bad feeling. Nobody wants to feel envious or jealous and start comparing because of that. But we all have those kind of bad feelings, and it doesn't make us a bad person to have them. I mean, as long as we don't act on those feelings, of course, but having them and feeling sad or distressed because comparing us is causing that, it's okay. It's all right, even if it doesn't feel like it. So we right now are gonna just let ourselves have that feeling, and don't be so hard on yourself for not being able to change it or correct it. I know sometimes we want to change this feeling at the moment. We have to change it right now because I feel so bad to feel so jealous of this person. But let's take a little bit of time and just feel this feeling that is bothering so much. Let's continue. When I used to be a teenager, I remember comparison was a day-to-day thing. At the time I dove into social media, I started to feel I was never satisfied with my art. Even though I will have fun, all that fun will be gone the moment after I posted something. And I will realize my art will never be as successful as others. And then that fun will turn also into art block, because it comes to a point where you can't even enjoy your own learning process. I can only imagine how even harder must be right now for teens with so many apps and so many spaces to share art, and the toxicity and all the pressure now with the algorithm and all of those things that come with it, it doesn't make things easy to keep doing what you love and share it with all your hopefulness and care to end up feeling that maybe this is not for me. And it's how we see everyone around us grow, but not us. Or it feels like that. Because I think we have this idea of how we want our growth to look like, but it just doesn't happen that way. And instead, when we see that growth, we imagine and hope for ourselves in others, we start comparing and we start questioning, will I ever reach that? My art is not as good as theirs. My personality is not like theirs or their art style, and more and more, and the list grows. I feel that many times, and I know how it feels wrong to feel jealousy or envy. It comes like the little annoying friend of comparison and make us feel worse. At the end of the day, we know that these are feelings we will get rid of completely from root if we were given the chance to make them magically disappear. Nobody wants to make that stain the joy of the art they do because we love doing it, and just having that stain of that bad feeling in it, it's it's heartbreaking sometimes. Now with 27 years, I don't compare the amount I used to years ago when I was in my teens and early 20s. But it was a really slow process and one where I pushed it through because at the end, drawing always brought me the most joy in my life. Um, there's no magical solution, and comparison won't just comparison won't just stop from one day to the other. Sadly, even though I have gotten much better over the years, and I know I don't longer compare to some aspects I used to. I can acknowledge that there are still some few things that can trigger it and push me into a spiral again. It's good to recognize it. And I know for some people it works to keep those triggers out of sight. I personally try to avoid my triggers and don't overfocus if I stumble upon them. But in a bad day, we can fall on that trap easily. I try to look at my old art sometimes and see the process of my own journey, the one that belongs to me and I should be proud of. Sometimes feeling inspired by the ones you compare to can be really, really hard for different reasons. I'm talking as someone who doesn't like the competitive mindset. It doesn't motivate me at all when I'm in my lowest. So maybe when we feel trapped, we can just look away and look back and feel inspired by ourselves. Because even if it has not been easy to push through, we are still going. Our path may not look like how we imagine. It may never be that way. It may never be the way we expect it or want it to be. But that doesn't mean it's less or that it doesn't hold their own value. Because look at you, my friend. Whatever your age is, whatever your skill level that makes you feel doubtful, you know what I see? Someone who I will admire because they never gave up, and that even if they are not the greatest popular or fantastic artists they want to be, they still do what they do out of love and joy. And I hope that after years go by and you grow in every way, I hope comparison and what comes with it had been left behind, and you're finally free and happy with what you have done, and realize how valuable you really are.